Ladies and gentlemen, SideStrafe back again today with something a little bit different, as you can see. Definitely in a tank. We're obviously playing some World of Tanks, which is free to play. Link below if you are interested in it. And actually, I'm just actually coming back to it. I spent quite some time beta testing it. It was a really long beta. It was many months long, which I guess is good. I mean, they thoroughly tested it, but it got to the point where it went on so long that most of us were like burnt out of it by the time that it came out. And in my case, the game released and I didn't feel like playing it because I basically spent so much time unlocking tanks and equipment for those tanks that I'd gone so far down some of the American tank trees, and I was like, I don't want to do this again. And I basically didn't play much once it was officially out. But today I just thought about it. I think I saw like an advertisement for it, and I was like, you know what? I wonder how far they've progressed with this game, and I just thought that I would load it up and see what's going on. Looks like there's a nice amount of new tanks out. Let's see if we can get this guy from this far. And he's gone. That means he's out of sight range. But I am shooting at him with a very inaccurate 20mm cannon, so don't know how that's going to work out. But this game, if you haven't seen it, it's pretty fun. I mean, very high production value, free-to-play title, which seems to be where a lot of free-to-plays are going these days. And it's kind of a silly game in a way. It's not realistic, obviously. It's kind of, in some aspects, there are bits of realism to it, but in other ways there aren't. Like, there is no respawning, which is awesome. There are very few games that don't have respawns these days. I'm going to go around here to this left flank. And the one thing that's really funny about it is that you can have American tanks on the same team as German and Russian and French tanks. So it doesn't, you know, discriminate by faction, which I always found kind of odd, but after a while you get kind of used to it and just enjoy it for its arcade-like qualities, I guess. And my gun is probably not going to be able to look down that far, so I'm going to continue on. Oh, I just took a shot. Back off. But there are some things about it that kind of are realistic. For example, thicker armor in the front of the tank, weaker on the sides and the rear. If you shoot at certain hatches of the tank or whatever, there are certain weak points to the tank that will cripple your tank. A lot of fire coming in here, and it is really open, so you might get to watch me blow up if I'm not cautious. No contacts, for me at least. That guy's down to 6%. He's not gonna last long. Got eyes on this guy? Oh, we do, but I need to wait till that reticle shrinks down, get ultimate accuracy.
Enemy is hit.
Get some hits on him, but there we go. I think somebody else got credit for that, though.
Penetration.
Gotta reload the magazine here. And that guy is down. So obviously this is a light tank, a very early light tank. And basically the game matches you up based on tier, so you're typically fighting against tanks that you can kind of handle, for the most part. I remember the balancer used to be pretty bad in the beta. Once in a while you'd get stuck with some tanks that would just destroy you instantly. But there's a huge amount of tanks in this game, and they are very well modeled. The actual, you know, 3D models for them are very well done. Ow.
Penetration. Enemy armor is hit.
I'm not doing so hot.
They're hit. Enemy armor.
Gotta reload. Take cover. I'm about to get flanked, though. I don't know if this guy saw me. Still reloading.
Penetration. Punch right through their armor.
Getting some hits on him.
Right through their armor.
It's not enough, though.
Scratch 'em.
They could make a comeback on this, and I am kind of pinned between two pieces of armor, although that one wasn't paying attention to me very much, so... I wonder what happened to this guy. Did he get taken out? That might be him there. The line of sight in this game is kind of funny, though. For example, you can't you have to literally have a sight line on them with your tank, and sometimes they can hide behind bushes and everything. Oh, taking fire from the rear, maybe, or left flank. That could be artillery fire. I'm not sure. We hit him. Come back, come back, come back. He's sitting there at 29%. Oh, I hope he rolls back. Not gonna happen. I might have to go after him, but I will be getting closer into enemy territory, which could be bad because I am kind of the only one out here on my own, and he's running. No, that's a different guy, I think, because this guy's at 39%. He's going back up the hill. So I need to be careful. Oh, there we go. Oh, he's looking right at me, isn't he?
One of our tracks is hit. We didn't even
You can tell when they wait for the reticle to shrink to get that accuracy, because he was just sitting there looking at me. In theory, since he had the drop on me, I probably should have backed up. Oh. Where did that guy came out of nowhere? That's that weird sight line I was talking about. Uh-oh, we have a problem. Oh, that was bad. Yeah, I'm not going to last too long. The other thing holding me together is the fact that I have a little bit higher armor than some of the guys that I got paired up with. Where was the guy that was right there? As you can see, this is intense mostly because there's no respawn, and we're down to my... I got 3 guys on my team. Shoot. There, we got him. Nice. Ah, man, but they have 5 guys left on their team against us. So... when they're coming around, they got... Gotta reload. Not good. Ah, I'm out. Well, I got some good hits in there at least. Oh, they were encircling us. This guy's just chilling in the background. Which, ideally, sometimes is preferable. You want to get to a good mid-range area. And as long as your gun can handle it, just kind of sit back like this guy and... Yeah, but he's the only one left, so... Oh, he's got that guy down to 18%. Now, cool thing is, if you have a lot of tanks in your garage, like if you own more than one tank, you can hit escape if you've been eliminated, and while that tank is out of action, or where this game is basically waiting to end, you can choose another tank and take that into battle while you're waiting for this tank to come back, basically. Or you can, of course, just spectate and see how the round goes. I kind of like to spectate once in a while. Gee, I do commentary for a living, so you would think I wouldn't mind it. But there are some strange things about this game. Like, for example, this guy cannot roll down that hill, which is kind of silly because he's in a tank. You'd think that he would be able to kind of go down that. So there are kind of like invisible walls, per se, that you really can't go over. Things like that. Borders and things of that nature, which are kind of annoying. So it does... I mean, I almost think it'd be funny if you can actually, like, roll down a hill or go down a steep hill and actually roll your tank and just, you know, immobilize yourself. I think it would be actually hilarious. But as you can see, it's all based on getting experience and credits. This is the repairs it's going to cost me to fix my tank up, things like that. But... so then we're back in the garage, and I've got my tank set to auto repair. But I do have a few. These are ones that you start with, these little baby tanks, basically. And this is they gave me this Sherman tank because I was in beta, so this is kind of like a money maker tank because it's considered a gold tank, which is one that you really can't upgrade, but you can take it in as is and kind of just level it up a little bit. But you can see the models for the tanks are pretty nice. And apparently they've added the ability to do camouflage patterns on your tanks. Of course, you have to... this wasn't actually in the beta. You couldn't do this. You couldn't get camo patterns. Which is kind of neat. But you actually have to pay. It looks... because the gold is actually purchased with real currency. So... not exactly... something you can get for free. That's a bag of silly. Although I know some of these are based off of real-world camouflage patterns of World War II. I don't recall ever seeing this one, but who knows. So we'll close that for now. These are basically like the weakest, like little... they call this one the LOL tractor. But let's take the old Sherman in. It'll put us actually in a higher class or higher tier game. So we can see a little bit bigger tanks. As like I said, I haven't played this game basically since beta. And you can kind of see what you're getting paired up here against. And it puts you in rank on that list to the top left and top right by tank class. So there are some bigger tanks in here. And I will most likely get wrecked if I'm not careful. But apparently they're coming out with a World of Planes or World of Warplanes game, which is World War II type planes. So, it'll be similar, of course, you know. It'll probably work exactly like this, except for with planes. So, might be interesting. I've never really been good at flight simulators of any sort, although it'll obviously be more arcadey. I've definitely not been really good with flight games, but it might be fun nonetheless. And it is free. And honestly, I really do like free-to-play games. The production value is getting really high these days. Blacklight Retribution, even though it's very arcadey, is really well done. A very good game. And World of Tanks, this has always been a stellar free-to-play game. Money doesn't outbalance the game. You can buy stuff, but really the money is to maintain your big expensive tanks later on. It's not necessarily going to give you a huge edge unless you're paying for the expensive ammunition that they kind of nickname gold rounds because they cost gold. But looks like this guy up front has made the mistake of coming into this bottleneck. And I'll get a pop shot off on him. Didn't make it through his frontal armor. You want to be careful. And I've just taken a bad hit. Not sure where that came from. But the worst thing you can do is roll in first. Oh, there we go. Looks like a tank destroyer.
That's gotta hurt.
We hit him. He's pulling back though. And this guy's gonna run right into me. You can get ramming damage if somebody drives into you fast enough. And looks like we got one coming around the bend. Wait for it. Wait, where'd he go? I lost him, and I just took fire from something. Shoot, I'm stuck on the hill. The physics of this game sometimes really get me.
The radio man is bleeding. We can't rely on him.
We can't rely on him. Alright, I'm gonna let these guys be my meat shields. And hopefully we won't... Oh, I'm so gonna die. Alright, back up. They're still aiming for me. Now you also have to watch out because there's artillery in this game, and the artillery has an interesting mechanic. Basically, if their teammates can see you, They basically have a bird's eye view look at the map, and they can just target you without actually having sight on you themselves. Nice. They wrecked those guys. They were getting a little too cocky. You know, you play that game where you want to peek out the corner because you want to get a hit in, and then you go out and you peek out and you just get wrecked. Although, I want to be careful myself.
Looks like that one went right through.
There we go. Don't want to do any friendly fire, though. That guy's moving in too much. He's only 5%. He needs to back up. I'm pretty low myself. Come on, bring him back out. No, he's behind that hill still. Otherwise, you'll see that silhouette. No, and he just wrecked him. Maybe he'll come back out. I'm here with a friendly tank destroyer. There's only 2 left on their team. It looks like we've got this one. There we go.
That one bounced.
Oh, it bounced, though. Back up while I reload. Come back in. He's fired his shot at my friendly.
We nailed it.
Oh, he got me.
Let's get out of here.
Really? You know, I thought that he would be aiming for the tank destroyer that was so much further in front of me. I'm really surprised, unless he was just going for the weaker target, which is possible. He knew that he could probably finish me because I had a lower percentage of health, so that's probably what he was going for. But, oh well, we still take the win. Not a whole lot of experience out of that, but this tank does actually earn more credits. The gold tanks that you can't upgrade, if you buy them, they can actually earn you more. But like I said, this was a beta gift. And let's see, let's do one more. Let's go back to the light tank here and see what can happen. Now I am trying to go down this tech tree. I'm trying to actually go for the M24 Chaffee tank, which wasn't actually in the beta. I do have a thing for the light tanks. They're kind of fun to play with. And I'm actually going to go down. Need to unlock that. I'm not going to really get too much of the gear for this tank. Before I roll in, let's do one more battle. And, you know, this game has been out for a while. Many months, I think, and it was in beta for many months before that. But if you've been enjoying it, I'll have a link below to the website so you can check it out. Like I said, it is free to play and definitely worth giving a shot. And I might do a few more videos for this just because it's really easy to just jump in this game and get a quick match in and just be done with it. I think that's kind of also what I like about it. You know, there's no respawn, so it's kind of like mentally you can play it and then like, okay, I'm done, I'm out, and just kind of, you know, retire from it. So it makes for some good commentary as well. But definitely want to thank everybody for subscribing as well. The channel's been growing, and it helps so much to have your guys' support. So I'm glad you guys are enjoying the airsoft and gaming content. Lots more to come. I am always able to provide new airsoft content every week if you've been enjoying that. Alrighty, let's see here. I always wait to see which direction that my teammates are going, and I always want to stick with either some of the heavier tanks or just the majority of players. That way you're not the meat shield for everybody else. Okay, so this is a map that I'm not familiar with. They did add quite a few new maps since I've last played. Oh, are they coming around here? Alright, I'm going to take cover behind this rock. That guy will be targeted first. And wait till it shrinks down. He's almost down though. 5%. Nice. You obviously get a lot more points for the actual kill versus just damage. So it's always nice to get that killing shot. Plus, you know, it shows up on your stats there. It doesn't necessarily show the amount of damage that you've done to your allies. So if you don't get any kills, sometimes people are always like, you know, complaining about the fact that you don't have any kills. And it's like, look, dude, I did tons of damage and everybody just stole my kills. Oh, where's this guy right here? Hello.
Penetration.
Reload. Take cover. Oh, they're going in for some circle flanking. Are you gonna come up that hill, dude? It's not really smart. Oh, he's in my way. There we go, he's down. Contacts in the distance. So you gotta wait till that reticle shrinks. So see how they disappear though with that line of sight mechanic? It's kind of strange.
Enemy is hit.
He's going behind his buddy.
We didn't penetrate their armor.
Time to back up while I reload.
Enemy is hit.
No dice on that one. Now it's kind of cool because you can outfit these things with better radios and things like that so that you can see the targets at a longer range on the mini-map depending on where your friendly units spot them.
Punch right through their armor.
We brought him down to 17%. Somebody's going to get a nice kill out of that on my incredibly long reload here. Oh, I might be able to... 10%? 3?
That's gotta hurt.
Ah, I didn't get it. Dang, I wanted credit for that. He stood still for long enough. Those guys are mortally wounded. And like I said, this is one of those games, there's not necessarily any reason for me to charge in like a moron. Depending on the game, of course. There are some games where it's like, well, I'm basically the last person left. Uh-oh, let's see. That guy got taken out. I'm not sure by what. Contact. Oh, he's full health.
We just dinged him. We didn't even scratch him. They're hit.
He's too heavy.
Enemy is hit.
He's too heavy. Aiming at his front armor, so that's not gonna fly. I mean, I believe he's a light tank, but you know, for my 20mm, it's too much. So we are gonna roll in from this left flank here. There's a target with a 16%. However, oh man, you know, in the beginning I thought we were doing okay, but it looks like we're gonna lose this one. So not a whole lot you can do here except get a couple of kills.
We nailed it bad.
And there's the other mechanic to this game is obviously there are flags. So if you are dealing with campers, you can basically just capture their flag or their base, and that'll put an end to it. Well, I will most likely get flanked from one of two directions here, so... Let's see, who's weaker? 85%.
Looks like that one went right through.
Are they gonna kill me first, or are they gonna cap? Let's see what happens. Oh, they're waiting. See, I hate when they disappear like that. The only thing you get by playing the coward and like rolling back is basically saving yourself on a repair bill, but these light tanks are so inexpensive it doesn't really matter. Well. Well, that one didn't go very well, but that's typically what happens when your whole team charges in instead of staying back. I was getting a lot of damage, but just not enough in terms of kills. But anyway, guys, I'm going to call it quits on that one. It is a pretty fun game. I might actually start taking it up again. Who knows? We'll see. So there might be a few videos back on this one. Let me know if you actually try it out, or if you have tried this game out, and what you think about it. And perhaps I'll see you in the battlefield. This has been SideStrafe with World of Tanks. See you on the next one, guys.